Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to make a fairy card. I've got lots of these sheets and I've got the, they are the Ready Creative Card brand, Fairy Poppets. It says that they are by Christine Hallworth Designs. So I thought I would use these, and I'm going to use this one here today. So I'm just going to start by cutting that out. Let's have a look. And they are all numbered, which is good, and they are already pre-cut, so I don't have to worry about having to cut anything out. There we go. So no fussy cutting today. So I've got that there, and with those you get some lovely sheets of vellum, different flowery ones, and I've just got a bit of pearlescent card here as well, and my card base. And my card base is a 6x6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sticking this one down. It's going to be a very, very simple card. So I'm going to start with my foam pads. Let me zoom in as well. Let me just stick these down and then I will zoom in just so you can see it better. Okay, right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down. So I should just pop these foam pads everywhere. Okay. Right. So here we go. Let's take these off. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hopefully doing some crafting, just to help while the minute's away. I tend to pick moments when everybody else is busy and I get a few moments just to do a little bit of crafting. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down, try and centralise it. It's very difficult because I'm not sort of over it very well. There we go. And with the vellum, I've got some double-sided tape, and I'm going to make sure I've got the right side. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to get a bit of double-sided tape, and so it doesn't show, I'm just going to stick it down the centre part, and then I'm going to lie it on my panel. Oops, like this. Get it where I want it to be. Okay, so there we go. Also, I found I've got lots of these. I have these swatch books, and they have lots of different sentiments in them, all in a little booklet like this, and they are extremely handy. So I took a few of those out. I used one as a border and one I haven't done yet, I thought you might like to see, and I'm going to use the word cherish you. So that's what I'm going to put on my card today. So what you do with these is I cut it out of the book, and there's a little bit of paper on the back that you take off and just rest it where you want it to go. It kind of sticks there as well, which is ideal. And I'm just going to get the end of a pen, and you can use anything. You can use the end of a lollipop stick, or you know, anything like that. It just needs to sort of rub. So it's just a rub on, but it's very they're very good. Sometimes they work better than others, but there we go. Just get it on where I can, give it a good rub. Okay, and then I'm just going to lift the edge just to see if it's actually stuck down. It's getting there. You can see when you lift it slightly, you can see what is actually taken to the paper and what hasn't. So I'm just going to make sure I rub this on, because it's a bit strange if there's a bit that's skipped. And I'm also going to get that little thing there, little pattern. Okay, so there's just that tiny bit there. Okay, and there we go. So that just puts the word on there and it completely takes it off this piece here. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to cut this down. So cut it down so that it's going to be as straight as I can. Okay, and here, and I will take it across this part here. Okay. Let's see, could be a bit straighter, so I'm going to cut across here as well and down this edge. Okay, so then we've got the word cherish you, which is going to be what I'm going to put on my card. So I'm going to get rid of this, move it to one side. Okay, and the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get, with the edge of this one, I just literally ran over the edges with an ink pad. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do it with the same colour. This is a pearlescent pigment pad. Let's have a look, see if I can see the name of the colour. I can't see the name of the colour. It doesn't seem to be on there. Okay, but it's kind of like a pinky pearlescent. So I'm just going to dab it on the edges. Just kind of finishes it off a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to pop that to one side. Okay, so I'm going to start putting my card together. So I'll bring back my card base, and I was thinking I'm going to position this around about here to look a little bit like a ribbon going down the side. And what I'm going to do to stick that down, because I want it to be completely flat, I'm just going to get a bit of, let's have a look, which I'm going to use a little bit of Yoo-hoo glue because it's really strong and it's going onto vellum, so I want it to be a bit of a multi-purpose glue. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of this. This one's getting low, but I think we'll still do it. So dab a little bit on there like that, and whoops, stick that down. So I'm just going to line that up a little bit, and I'm just going to stick it down on this edge here. Okay, there we are. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting the fairy on it. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to just grab my gold ink. This is another one of my it's my gold metallic pigment ink, and I'm just going to go around the edge here and just put a little bit on, just so it looks nice. Okay, and down the edge here. Okay, so it's very subtle, but you can see it. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting the little fairy girl on it, and luckily they are numbered, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to carefully peel it off because they can get a little bit, they're very detailed. They are such nice decoupage toppers. They are really stunning, lovely quality. So I'm just going to peel this off like this. Okay, and there'll be some extra bits that are in amongst it and just literally take those out like that. Okay, and they pull out nice and easily, you know, really super easy. Okay, and just another little bit there, and sometimes I find it helps because it's quite busy on the front. Sometimes it helps if you turn it over and then you can just see like a few extra little bits that are there. And I find if you get a craft knife and you just poke them, you can loosen them up, so you can get rid of those then. And it's usually just the first one that is sort of the most detailed, because it will be the full body one. So I'm just going to poke those through and then I'll turn it back around and get rid of those. And there. Okay. So there we are. And I'm going to use foam tape, and I'm going to just pop her around about here. It's quite a busy background, but I actually wanted it to be like that because I wanted her to be against the flowers, so I wanted it to look like she was sort of sitting in amongst the flowers. So I'm going to again use foam tape. Okay, just pop one there. I don't need lots on here, so I'm just going to pop a few on her body. There we are, put that one down there. I will probably just stick another one in amongst here in the body area. Okay, so let's have a look. Take this off. Okay, sorry, make sure I stay in camera, on shot. Okay. Oops, they're very, very sticky, these pads. Okay, so I'm going to put her just about, don't want her to go over the edge a little bit, about here I think, so I'm just going to position her about there. And I'm going to do the same with the others. So let's have a look. Take this one out as well. Just remove it. Don't want to lose these little flowers. Okay. So this one is number 2, but there's much less bits to take out, thankfully, it's detailed. And I'm just going to offset it slightly, not a huge noticeable amount, but I'm just going to pop it in just so you can see, because where it would need to be positioned is about here, and the wing is, you haven't got the top bit, you've just got this bottom part of the wing. So I'm going to do the same again, and I'm just going to stick a pad there and a pad there, and I'm going to cut one of these pads in half because I only need it to be smaller, so I'm going to stick that there. Okay, and peel these off. Okay, and then I'm going to position this slightly. I'm going to line her face up, but I'm going to do it slightly offset. There we go, very, very minutely really. It's just so you can sort of see the one underneath and the shadow from it. So then it's number 3, which is her body, the centre part of her body, so her dress. And I'm going to stick that down as well. This again, the way they're done is very, very clever. So, you know, you just have areas. Okay, so let's have a look. Just pop that on there. Okay, and just line that up. Line up the rows a little bit. There we go. And number 4 is her arm. This one is smaller and will probably be a little bit more tricky with this tape, but I'm going to just the same way I cut one of those that way, I'm going to cut one this way just so I've got a thinner strip. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that just across here like this. It's just a touch long, so I'm just going to snip the end off. There we go. And just pop that on there, slightly offset. Okay, and number 5 is her head. So stick this on now. Make sure I get all of her hair. There we are. And for that one, I'm actually just going to use the smaller bit of the foam tape and just pop her head on there. Okay, and there's just a couple of extra little bits. So we've got one which is for her tiara, so her flower garland. So I'll take that, just put that to one side, and then I've got a rose here which is to go on her dress, and this is just a nice little bit of a rose bush that they've put down to go in the background. So I'm going to get as much of that off as I can. It's very, very fragile. So let's have a look. Try and make sure I don't break any of it. Okay, same with that bit. I lost a little bit of leaf there, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, right, get rid of that. This one is super fragile. If I can get majority of it off, then I can, there we go, work with this part. So I'm going to just get these extra little bits out. There we go. Right, so I'm thinking with this bit, I'm probably, let me see, I'm probably going to stick it over the edge like this, but I'm going to have the word raised, so I'm going to put that with foam tape again, and I can fit it this way. Oops. There we go, stick a couple of bits on and another bit in the middle. Okay, there we are. Just make sure you can't see it from the other side, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to stick this bit down at the top. So position that way I want it to go. Let's have a look. I want to do it, I think, a little bit over there. There we go, like that. Okay, and with these extra little bits, I'm going to go back to the Yoo-Hoo glue again. Because I'm going to do it on the back of there. It's going to be just too finicky to try and put the pads on there, so I'm just going to dot some glue here and there, and I'm going to work out where I want it. I want it around about, I'm not sure if I want it that way or if I want it this way. I think I'm gonna go, I don't want it to cover up the word, so I think I'm gonna go down this way and have it just go tuck behind her slightly. Okay, there we go. So just pop that on there. There we are. And I'm going to do the same with her garland, so it's not really going to stick out a lot. Bring that back. Got gem on there. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to pop it on there like that, just a little line of it. And pop that on. And the same with the little rose. Okay. There we are, very hard to see. Turn it the right way around. Okay. And that's literally it. That's just a very easy decoupage card. And if you've got any sets like that, I definitely encourage you to use them. They're very fun to work with, and they are very quick and easy if you just need to put a card together in minutes. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.